When you purchase a home, remember that you marry the house, not the interest rate. You can always refinance your mortgage for several reasons. You might want to change the term, lessen the years, extend the years, get cash out, or change the interest rate. I made this video just for you to know how to refinance your home mortgage. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, mortgage loan officer for almost 3 decades. I'm really passionate about empowering homeowners with real facts, no BS about everything home financing. How to refinance your home mortgage. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary says that to refinance means to reorganize the financing of something. So when you're refinancing a home, you're extending the debt that's already there. Now, if you paid cash for a house, you can refinance as well and take cash out. This video is about how to refinance your home mortgage. So step number 1 is you need to gather certain documents because the lender is going to ask you several questions about your existing mortgage. So you'll need the current mortgage statement if you have one. That'll show the current terms, it'll show the current payment breakdown. You'll also need to get your annual property tax statement or statements. You might have several taxing authorities. And you'll also need to get the declaration page or the first page of your homeowner's insurance policy to show what your annual premium is. These things are needed in case you have an escrow account. The lender's going to want to know exactly how much your payment's going to be because that might have changed since you purchased the home, several years back. Also, if you have taken out any additional loans against your home since you originally purchased, like a home equity loan, a home improvement loan, make sure you gather those documents as well. A mortgage statement for those bank loans, and you want to get the original note from these loans that you have on the property because the lender might need to see them to see the terms of the original document. So have these things handy and be ready to answer questions, some basic questions that the lender is going to ask you about the current terms of your current mortgage. Step number 2 is to call the lender or loan officer that originally helped you. This is your best bet against getting some real accurate information. It's someone that already knows you, they know your profile. So if you have their contact information, hopefully that you do, try calling them first just to see what they have to say and what they can offer. Many times they can do things more streamlined than starting new with another lender. Again, we're talking about refinancing your home mortgage. So if you're liking the information so far, make sure you comment and like below. So step number 3 is to ask for estimates in writing. So there's a document called a loan estimate, and it gives the exact fees, it gives the APR, it gives all the details of the loan. You want to stay away from getting things just on an email. If they seem vague to you and they don't have any breakdown of fees, that might be something, just a red flag that you want to make sure before you commit to anything that you make sure and get an estimated breakdown of exactly what fees you're going to pay. That leads me to step number 4. You need to expect that there are fees to refinance. So a common misconception or myth that we hear from borrowers when they call us is they say, oh, well, I already financed it once. It's just a matter of flipping a switch and changing the rate and I get a new loan and there's not an expectation of fees. That's actually inaccurate. So when you get a new loan, it's as if you're starting all over again. So the new lender is actually paying off the loan in existence. So there's fees that need to happen. There's processing and underwriting and an appraisal has to be done. There's title company fees. So every state is different. So make sure again that you get these things in writing, but just wanted to give you a heads up that there are going to be some fees involved. So it will depend on the lender and it will depend on the state that you're in. The next thing to expect in the fee section is a new escrow account. So I have a video on the specifics of an escrow account and what that means, cost to refinance. So make sure you check out the YouTube card that we've got above, and we've got a video on what to expect on the cost to refinance in Texas specifically. Step number 5 is to review your credit and receive documents. So again, that's another misconception that we hear is, redoing the loan, do you have to do paperwork again? Yes. There are some people that might have qualified years ago when they did the original mortgage, and now they have to re-qualify on the new mortgage. So your credit will need to be pulled, and documents such as pay stubs, etc., will need to be given again to qualify for the new mortgage. The last step, step 6, is you're going to lock in the interest rate with the lender. Now keep in mind that interest rates are only good for a certain amount of time. So another thing that we see, and I get this from my years of experience, and I've refinanced thousands of people over the last 27 years of my career, and there's less of a sense of urgency. It's just natural. You're in the house. There's not the pressure of a seller. So when you lock in the interest rate, just make sure that you know what the deadline is, what the lock expiration is. Interest rates can be really tricky. They can rise at any time. And so you don't want to be caught to where the rate will expire and you haven't finished the paperwork. So just make sure that you comply with the lender's requests as quickly as possible. A normal close time for a refinance is 30 to 45 days, but that also depends on how quickly the client responds to requests for paperwork, etc. So work closely with your lender and make sure that you know all of the timelines that are required during that lock period. You're likely asking, how do I know when to refinance my mortgage? I've got a video just for you on that very topic. So stick around the channel. We've got the link down below in the description. We've also got it at the end of the video. Thanks for visiting. Look forward to educating you soon.